Good afternoon and welcome to the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede for some of the best side-by-side high flight action you can see here just outside of Rancho Cordova. I am Miles Hasselquist, and this is going to be a great weekend. Today is qualifying for the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede. We got a drone, we got a couple cameras. We're going to do our best to bring you some of the best action we can. We are going to intermix the NorCal and the Ultra 4 USA guys. Today is a one-lap qualifier, getting everything set up for tomorrow. We'll go live at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow morning, and we'll be live all day long with some great racing. It's going to be a great show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We are here at the Prairie City SVRA, California State Park. It's about 836 acres. We're located at the base of the Sierra Nevada foothills, about 20 miles east of downtown Sacramento. It's a beautiful place out here. It's an OHV enthusiast. They've got UTVs, 4x4s, dirt bikes. Hangtown is just right across the way. You've heard of that one before, I'm sure. A lot of great action getting ready to hit us. And I'll try to pay attention to the YouTube chat as well. Trying to get all my computers opened up. We're going to start off with the Youth 170s. Make sure you go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com for the same timing I have here in the Big B studio. Got a great high and wide shot. So ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com is where we'll have the qualifying results and everything else. So be sure to have that one tab pulled open. And if you're anywhere in the Sacramento area, come on out. It's only $30 a day, $50 for the weekend. Kids 12 and under are free. This short course track is 1.5 miles long. Brian Trotter, our race director, is in the spotters stand. Looks like Barrick Gradix just took off. And a cool looking little 170, pretty unique. And here comes Jackson Fernandez, grabbing the checkered flag. Looks like number 34 is pulling up. Believe that is Harrison Drackman, brother Al's son. Great to see them joining us here at Ultra 4 USA and NorCal Rock Racing. This is the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede here at the Prairie City SVRA, just outside of Rancho Cordova, California, in beautiful Northern California. You give a huge shout out to Monster Energy, Warren Racing, Brannick Motorsports, All Things UTV, NorCal Rock Racing, Rock Crawler Suspension, Freight Factory, Spider Tracks, Factor 55, PCI, G4 Suspension, Metal Cloak, and Maxxis help support Ultra 4 USA. And on the NorCal Rock Racing side, we have California Customs, Rugged Radios, Metal Cloak, Griffin Radiator, and King Shocks. So Harrison Drackman out on course, running around this 3/4 mile qualifier for the Youth 170s. The main track is 1.5 miles, and again, today is qualifying. Getting everything set up for tomorrow's big race. Thanks for being into the Ultra 4 USA YouTube. Team Awesome's tuned in. Casey Shear reading on Peter Abt. And Tom Biddle. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Looks like Joe Fabrizio's tuned in as well. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between the live timing and the YouTube chat. So let me know how everything's going, where you tuned in from. It's like Gradick just took off. Barrett Gradick. So Cody Summers is still our fastest pole setter of the day with a 1:38 for the Youth 170s. And Harrison Drackman just moved into second position with a 1:39.7. So great running thus far. Looks like this should be Hunter Hibbert out of Vacaville, California, taking off. So Hunter Hibbert out there chasing down Maverick Hibbert. Must be brothers out there. Great to see the whole family out here enjoying themselves. Up next should be the 28 of Jackson Fernandez. And I see some bigger UTVs part of the NorCal Rock Racing. They should be qualifying next after we round out the Youth 170s. Again, we are going to intermix the NorCal Rock Racing and Ultra 4 USA cars out there on course. So we'll do our best to keep you honest, but it's, again, better to go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com to keep everything straight. This coverage of Ultra 4 USA for the Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede is presented by Metal Cloak and brought to you by our official sponsors, Brannick Motorsports, PCI Race Radios, NorCal Rock Racing, and by Warren Racing. So please support who supports the sport. Without all of these wonderful marketing partners, we would not be racing here today. Again, the weather's been a little bit goofy. It's rained a couple times. It's been very windy, but that's making for perfect track conditions here for the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede. So it's Barrett Gradick with a 128 who set the pole. And up next will be the NorCal Rock Racing UTVs. All lined up and ready to rip. I'm going to do my best to bring you the play-by-play. I am a little lax on the knowledge of the NorCal Rock Racing guys and gals. I do apologize. But again, we're going to do our best, have some fun. And I just heard through the radio that timing is ready. PCI was on site. Rugged Radios is on site. So thanks for supporting all of our racers. And it looks like this should be the 427 of Braden Story. Again, they are going to skip the rocks. So Braden Story is out on course, and they're running the full course minus just the rocks. Up next, looks like it's the 340 of Cooper Zaslov. As we're chasing them down. Braden Story out on course. So we should have a time for him here in just a little bit. And there are the timing updates. Cooper Zaslov out on course. So they're running around. Again, they are going to skip the rocks for the NorCal Rock Racing Series. And we should get a time for Braden Story, and it's a 1:34. Very good run for him. The entire Ultra 4 USA and NorCal Rock Racing crews have teamed up, and so far so good, making for a great weekend of racing for the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede. Out on course next is number 44 of Tate Schweizer. So it's still Braden Story with a 134 up front. We've got a busy year this year with Ultra 4 USA, so be sure to tag along, check everything out. Oh, I just heard something through the radio. Somebody tumbled but landed back on their wheels. And Cooper Zaslov with a 153. And right where that white Jeep is, later on when the Ultra 4 takes off, they'll be going through there and then up that gunite section. So they're missing the gunite and the big Talladega turn. This is the old Gomez tree jump when you're going uphill, but now we're going down, so there's just a little roller into the finger. Everybody is starting at the Metal Cloak start-finish. And up next with Ultra 4 USA, we'll be hitting the Brannock Boulders. Jackson Duncan out on course as well. Again, today is qualifying, getting everything set up for tomorrow's big race for the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede. Just outside of Rancho Cordova at the Prairie City SVRA. So there are a couple cars out on course at the same time, but they're qualifying single-tailly. Ultra 4 Racing.livemotorsports.com. Looks like Casey and Cole are tuned in from St. George, Utah. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. So Braden Story still has the fastest time of a 1:34, and then it's Jackson Duncan with a 1:48, and then Cooper Zaslav with a 1:53, and then Tate Schweizer with a 1:57. There's the number 22 of Justin Radford. And up next is the number 41 of Clint Stanley. Again, these NorCal Rock Racing guys are skipping the rock sections. But up next, during the next qualifying loop, will be Ultra 4 USA, and they'll be hitting the full 1.5-mile course. So we should have a time heading out for Clint Staley as he's out on course. And up ahead of him is Justin Radford. Nick's tuned in from Sacramento right down the road. Nick, come on down tomorrow. It's only $30 for the day. Should be some great racing action. There's the long finger area. So Justin Radford just threw down a 1:33. Fastest lap of the day thus far for Justin Radford, number 22. So we have Clint Staley out on course right now. And Anderson Porter, number 66. Tate Schweizer had a 1:57. Cooper Zaslav with a 1:53. Jackson Duncan with a 1:48. Braden Story with a 1:34. Justin Radford with a 1:33. And Clint Staley with that 1:32. Braden McCulsum, number 77, out on course. So Braden Malcolmson throwing it down here at the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede here at the Prairie City SVRA, just outside of Rancho Cordova, California. As he's on the long haul, the Freight Factory Finger. This is round number 1 of the Ultra 4 USA Western Series, and we are teamed up with NorCal Rock Racing. And we are excited to be back. One of the best spectator-friendly parks that Ultra 4 USA hits. Obviously, we'll be at the Big House in Crandon, Wisconsin once again this year. That's over Labor Day weekend. We're going back to the Buffalo Chip. We'll hit Badlands Off-Road, Crossbar Off-Road Ranch here in 2 weeks. We're going back to Area BFE, doing Vegas to Reno once again. And then we'll be back here at NorCal for the Joker race. We're going to hit Beach Bend Raceway twice this year. We're going back to AOP. We started the season off at Roush Creek, Pennsylvania. And then we're going to end up the year for Nationals at the Laughlin Desert Classic. Jordan Skaggs out on course and Adrian Martinez. And when you go to ultra4racing.livemotorsports.com, it breaks down the classes for you. Clint Staley in that pole position thus far is in the UTV Turbo Sportsman. Justin Radford's in the UTV 1000 Pro. Braden Story in the UTV RS1 Youth. Jordan Skaggs just threw down a great run with a 137 in the 1000 Pro. Braden Malcolmson in the Youth 1000 Limited. Anderson Porter in the Youth 1000 Limited as well. Jackson Duncan in the RS1 Youth. Cooper Zaslav in the Youth 1000. Tate Schweizer in the RS1 Youth. And out on course is Adrian Martinez and Alex Ranu. Number 117. USAC is our sanctioning body. And we'll run timing, scoring, race ops, safety, and tech. That little knoll right there tomorrow will be jam-packed full of spectators. Today is just qualifying and getting everything set up for tomorrow's big day. Tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll kick off the first races. The schedule is online. But we're going to start off with the NorCal Rock Racing Sportsman in Pro. We'll move into the UTV stock prelim. The Everyman Challenge 4500 and 4600 Spider Track stock class. Then we'll do some more NorCal UTVs. Then the 4900 open class, sponsored by All Things UTV. The 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, which has probably the biggest field of cars this weekend. Then we'll do the Pro Modified class presented by G-Force. We'll have some track maintenance. We'll do the pre-runner prelim. Run some Youth 170s. Then we'll run another prelim. Then we'll do the 4400 prelim. That should be right around lunchtime. And then we'll go into the mains tomorrow afternoon. Staging some more cars, getting ready to take off. Got a lot of the NorCal Rock Racing UTVs out here this weekend. Great to see them all. Oh, looks like we're moving into the Ultra 4 classes, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to see who's where. I believe we still have a few more of the NorCal guys and gals to go. There's a lot of moving parts out here, and we're doing our best to bring the best off-road racing we can find. Looks like Christopher Owens is going to be heading this way and be at Prairie City tomorrow morning to check it out. Oh, Stacy Wyrick is tuning in, Dan Wyrick's wife from Nevada. She'll be here tomorrow to root on her husband. And the 218 in the 4500 modified class, and that beautiful UFO. There's number 7 of John Zender. I believe that's the 44 of Chris Payer. Yep, so we definitely have some NorCal rock racing cars yet to go. We're going to be hitting the PCI Gunite here in a little bit once the Ultra 4 USA cars take off. Looks like we're watering the track a little bit, keeping the course underway. When I was driving here this morning I think we left the house about 7 o'clock this morning. It was raining pretty good. By the time we got to the track, it was just a mist, and then it's rained off and on a few times today. But everybody showed up and is having fun. Making sure everybody is good to go out there. No, Pam's out there running around doing some social media for us this weekend. Our whole team has worked very hard to make everything happen. Got Tennessee Mike, Jeremy Dickinson, RDP, Abe's here, Roxy and Robert, Andrea, John Goodby. Trying to run through the list in my head. We've got a great group of guys and gals that are putting on the Ultra 4 USA season along with here at NorCal Rock Racing. So again, thanks to everybody behind the scenes to make it happen. Watering the course a little bit for the NorCal Rock Racing UTVs. And we'll be underway once again for qualifying for the 2025 Metal Cloak NorCal Stampede here at the Prairie City SVRA, just outside of Rancho Cordova, California, in Northern California. See the Metal Cloak rocks right there. And you can see the Metal Cloak arch has been fighting it off and on today. The wind's been pretty brutal to it. But we'll get our crew back down there and get it set up once again. Take It Live is behind the scenes switching the show, running all the cameras. Got Eric driving the Believe Cam drone. Got Carlos helping tech all the cameras. Definitely a step up from our race in Pennsylvania. There's Bird with NorCal Rock Racing and Ultra 4 USA, keeping everybody run smooth. And we are off once again. Waiting for my timing to update. On screen here is John Zinder. And what looks like a 1600 buggy of some sort, running in the pre-runner class.